Hey, welcome back to the JMFG podcast. I'm your host, Johnny Glenn. Hey, we kicking off with our next episode this week, and I got a young man right here who's very special to me. He comes in from Kerr Lake, North Carolina. No, it's not Kerr Lake, but we play at the Kerr Lake Country Club. So Lane Jackson came in today, and he gonna hang out with us on the show today on the JMFG podcast, and we're just gonna talk. And I'll tell you, after Lane introduces him to himself, I'll tell you how Lane ended up on the show. Lane?
Hey, my name's Jason Lane Jackson.
But you go by Lane, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to call you Lane. Tell everybody how old you are.
I'm 13 years old.
Okay, so Lane sent me an email. Was it a text or?
It was a text.
On Facebook or?
Yeah.
Okay, so Lane sends it his Facebook message and he goes, JMFG, I want to be on your show. So I'm like, I text him back. I was like, yeah, dude, come on the show. You can come on the show whenever you want. And he says, yeah, I really want to, but I don't have no cool stories. That's what you texted me, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm bringing Lane on. I want to ask Lane, what's the cool story you want to share? Because here we do helping with sharing. So what's your cool story? I got to put you on the spot. He's like,
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know. I ain't got no cool story.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So right now in your life, so what are you doing with your life right now? You're out of school for the summer.
Playing golf.
Okay, playing golf. Pretty good at golf?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So 13 years old. I've known Lane about 4 years, and he's taller than I am now, which is crazy. God grew up fast. So the 4 years I've known Lane, when I first met him, he was just a little kid. I remember actually threw the football out at the golf tournament. And then you started talking about you like horseback riding and hunting and fishing. So I just learned today that Lane has his own outdoor channel. So let's go ahead and promote that thing right here on the JMFG podcast. Tell everybody the name of it.
JLJ Outdoors.
It ain't quite JMFG, but it's JLJ. So what is the JLJ? Is that your...
Jason Lane Jackson.
I like it. So what made you start the show, if you don't mind me asking?
Just watching one of my dad's buddies, Collier.
Okay.
He has like a fishing channel, so I said, well, I'm going ahead and start me one. And I had this channel for a while, though, and I watched... Kendall Gray and Braden Price and all them, and that's just how I got started.
So how many shows have you done so far?
I think 6.
Man, you got more shows than I got. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how many followers you got?
Like 20 something.
You got 20-something followers. I don't know exactly how many followers I got, but how many other followers I got? You better go.
Almost 100.
Do I?
98. I looked before we came here.
So I got, check this out. So I got 98 followers. So here's what needs to happen. My 98 followers, go support Lane and sign up on his, and it's JLJ
Outdoors.
JLJ Outdoors. So let's make sure we get on there, show him some love at JLJ Outdoors, and let's support him and let's become a follower. Now on JLJ Outdoors, it's not hunting season right now because I'm a big hunter.
Nah.
So what are you doing? Just fishing? Mm-hmm. What type of fishing?
Bass, brim, anything.
Catfishing?
I ain't done that yet.
All right, so I grew up in South Georgia, so you gotta do some limb lines, and you gotta do some catfish and pull them off the bottom.
Yeah.
Make some catfish nuggets. You gotta get that going. So.
I always wanted to go to Louisiana and Alabama and stick your hand in the hole and pull out the catfish.
You talking about noodling?
Yeah.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Hey, so check this out. Here's what we're gonna do on the helping through sharing. So check this out. Lane's 13 years old, outdoor kids. He want to do some noodling. I know for a fact I got some Georgia friends out there and some North Carolina friends that go noodling because y'all don't ask me to go noodling. So, hey, let's get Lane noodling. Get in touch with me. We're going to set that up and get you where you can go do some noodling, man.
Uh-huh.
We'll hook that up for you.
I appreciate it.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, you got 6 shows so far. You got any deer hunting or anything on there?
I got one deer hunting video, but I filmed a deer and then I didn't get me shooting it because I didn't have a tripod or nothing. I was just filming it with my iPhone at the time.
Okay.
And then I got me walking up to the deer and everything.
That's nice. Was it a buck or doe?
Doe.
Okay.
It was a big doe.
Okay, so now, do you process your own meat with your dad? So you and Matt process your meat, or?
My dad don't hunt. It's just me all by myself.
Okay, so you do it all yourself?
Yeah.
So gun hunting, or do you bow hunt?
Both.
See, that's what I like to hear. Me, you got to go bow hunting, man.
Nah.
So what did you shoot your doe with? A bow or a rifle?
I shot my doe with a .243, but during bow season I shot a doe, but I hit it a little high and it didn't die.
Okay.
But I got it on trail camera and the arrow was broke off halfway in it, and then I got it on trail camera at the end of rifle season where there was no arrow, just hair missing.
Well, that's good then. That's good. That means that deer lived, and
Yeah.
hopefully you'll get a chance to kill it. So I'm a big hunter. Lane's a big hunter. And I want to put this out there for people watching the show. I love that kid's 13 years old is walking outside with a 243. That's a rifle, by the way, for people that don't know. And he's hunting. When I was your age at 13, I was carrying this 30-06 or 7mm, and I was deer hunting. I think my first deer I shot was like 8, 9 years old with a high-power rifle. So I think our country where it is now, where we need to be going is kids need to be outside. They need to be hunting. They need to be fishing. They need to be getting dirty, you know. Lane's almost dark as I am. Not quite, but you're getting there. But that's because he's outside and he's doing stuff. You know, let's get our kids outside. Let's get them back tuned into nature. And I'm pretty sure you eat your deer, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. You know, it's not like he's out there just killing a deer or shooting an animal. You eat all the fish you catch too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you give fish away to people?
Sometimes.
Do you give like deer meat away to people?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay, so when I was growing up, I remember growing up in South Georgia, I was dirt poor. We didn't have a lot, but I remember my Uncle Johnny would come home from Florida and he would pay me $2 for squirrels and $3 for rabbits. And dude, I would shoot every bullet I had, but when he came home, I knew I was gonna get paid. I was making a little money. So what I would do with that money is I would go buy shotgun shells, I would go buy 22 rifle bullets, and then I'll hunt all season. And then when he came home, I knew I'd be getting money. So for me, that's the way I grew up.
Yeah.
For you, you're growing up like that. So to me, I think that is something that you can't teach people. You got to go out, you got to learn it. So I think that's phenomenal. So
yeah, I just give the deer meat away, but I grow my own vegetables and plants and stuff and sell it at the Henderson Farmers Market.
look at you, man. You're a good-looking kid, 13 years old, got a tan going. You're fishing and hunting.
Yeah.
You ride horses too?
Mm-hmm.
Or you about driving the girls wild? You got a girlfriend?
Nope.
You got a girlfriend yet?
Nope. All the ladies, I'm open.
I love it. That is awesome. Hey, all the ladies, he's single. Lane's single. That's awesome. And you're homeschooled too, right?
Yeah.
So I gotta say, you know, you're a country boy. You're a redneck just like me. So you're a country redneck. You fish. You hunt.
I like to blow up stuff.
You like to blow up stuff. That was me and a kid. So what do you see yourself doing 5-10 years from now? Or once you graduate? I say once you graduate.
Probably just farming.
Really? So you're homeschooled right now, right?
At first, I wanted to join the Navy. I wanted to be a Navy SEAL.
Whoa. Stop the camera. Stop the camera right now. Stop the camera. Lord Hammers. Hey, for all my buddies out there that are Army guys, we've been in the show right now. It started out great. I got a country redneck right here, just like me growing up. And he had to say Navy.
Hang on. The story changed.
Okay.
I wanted to be a diehard Navy SEAL.
Oh, Lord,
but then I wanted. Now I'm either going to be a farmer or become a Marine.
All right. We'll give you. All right. I'm gonna keep you on the show for about 10 minutes. Start the time. That's awesome, man. To be honest with you, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Serving our country, we always, you know, amongst the services, we always rat on each other. Whether you're a Marine or Army guy, doesn't matter. We always just talk trash. And you've heard us on the golf course. But what I will say, there's no better feeling or no better, like, just pride of saying you served our nation's country. So either or, I think, you know, the military, you know, you get a lot of respect because you serve in the military. But you being a farmer, I think that's one of the most, just like teachers, law enforcement, you know, anytime you're a servant and giving back, I think that those professions right now are so overlooked. But I think a farmer is one of those professions that they're overlooked so, just, it's terrible how bad they're overlooked because you're working sun up to sundown. I grew up on a farm, so I know, you know, from the crack of dawn to the sun goes down, you're working hard. And I know you like hard work, so
yeah.
Either one of those, farmers or Marine, I think you'd be phenomenal at it, you'll be successful at it, and then, you know, just continue to do whatever makes you happy doing it.
One of my friends' name is Sean, and he contracts, has his dad's contracting business and farms too, so I'll probably go work with him when I get my worker's permit.
That's awesome. When do you get your worker's permit? Like 15?
14. 14.
Oh, so you start working next year?
Yeah.
Well, one thing I will say, I think is great you want to work, but I will tell you this. Enjoy your life as a kid first, because the rest of your life, you got to work. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's it. You'll be working for the rest of your life. So, enjoy these days of fishing and hunting, or as Luke Bryan say, fishing and hunting, loving every day. Mm-hmm. Do all that right now. Fish, hunt, love every day, because once you start working and the man start taking taxes, yeah. They got you, man. They got you. Everything you do is like, God, I'm just working to pay somebody else. So enjoy those days right now, and you know, and continue doing what you're doing. We're gonna make sure we get Lane some more followers on the show. And for all you guys out there to watch the show, if somebody out there that has a hunting show that you want to promote your show, bring this young man on. Let him go. Let's get you on a good hunt somewhere and figure that out. I think that'd be pretty cool too.
Yeah.
So having said that, we're gonna switch gears. We're gonna move into your younger brother Bryson. We're gonna bring Bryson up. Bryce is here in the studio. He's been listening to us the whole time. I was hoping he's gonna do some scary faces to kind of make his brother laugh or whatever, but he almost got kicked out once he said that thing about Navy SEALs. I was like, come on, dude. But no, we have nothing against Navy SEALs. We like Navy SEALs, not a lot, but we like them. We don't have nothing against Marines. We don't like them a lot, but we like them. So, but it is what it is. But either way, anything you choose to do, you let me know, man. I'll do everything I can to help out. I can take you up to Camp Lejeune. I got a couple buddies at Camp Lejeune. I got a cousin there. So if you ever want to go up and just kind of walk around and look at Camp Lejeune, I'll take you up there. And I guarantee you, when I take you to Fort Bragg, you'll be like, yeah, I'm joining the Army. I'm just throwing it out there, So with no further ado, what we're going to do is we're going to bring Bryson up. Bryson is Lane's younger brother, and Bryson is 11. I've known Bryson since he was about 7 or 8 years old. Might have been 6, turning 7 when I met him. And we're going to bring up his mom, Hope, and we're just going to talk to this whole family. This is a phenomenal family, and I'm going to share Bryson's story and Bryson's mom and Lane. One of the reasons why I wanted to bring Bryson on was because Bryson is, he has, I'll let his mom share everything that he has going on and what he's diagnosed with. So with no further ado, we're going to bring Bryson up. We're going to bring Hope up. So let's get you guys up in the studio.
You just don't want him to,
Taller than me?
yeah.
I don't want to be an Amma. I don't know what Amma is, but he going to be an Amma. But anyways, hey, we're back now. We got Bryson set up in the JMFG podcast now. And so go ahead and introduce yourself, big guy.
I'm Bryson Thomas Jackson. I'm 11 years old.
Okay, where you from, Bryson?
North Carolina, Carl Lake Country Club.
Carl Lake Country Club. I just love that country accent. So, do you remember the first time we met, Bryson?
I gotta think about that real quick.
It was like 4 years ago. Do you remember where we met though, right?
No.
You don't remember where we met? We was at the country club. Remember at your fundraiser?
Oh yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
I came up and I talked to you and I spoke a little bit and then you started talking.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of hung out for the day.
Yeah.
That was a good day.
Uh-huh.
So the Brotherhood of Warriors, we actually go to Bryson, his mom Hope here. So I'm going to let Hope introduce herself. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm Hope Jackson.
Miss Hope. So Miss Hope, tell everybody real quick about the fundraiser that you do for Bryson.
Actually, my friend started putting it on when Bryson was young, and to help our family, they've started this tournament, and I just see such bigger things that I want to do with it.
That's
besides
awesome.
Our family. But we are very thankful for where we have started.
Oh, we're going to get all into
come a long
that.
way.
Yeah, we're going to get all into that. So Bryson, what do you like to do?
Go to the pool. Do all the stuff that Lane likes to do sometimes.
Okay. Why you say sometimes? Did Lane be picking on you? Tell the truth, he picks on you, don't he?
Yep.
Hey, that's what big brother's supposed to do, man. That's why when Lane said he wanted to come on the show, I'm like, yeah, you are your brother's keeper. We're going to definitely bring you on the show.
I gotta toughen you up a little bit.
That's it. That's what you got to do. So
Well,
Bryson,
I'm already tougher than you half the time.
so Bryson, you say you like doing what Lane do, so that means you like fishing, you like hunting and doing all that good stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. So what grade are you in now?
5th.
Okay. Do you like school?
Yeah.
Do you? That's good, because I hated school. When I was growing up, I couldn't stand school. But you keep liking school, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
If not, you'll end up like in the Army or in the Marines like me and your brother here. That says a lot about us.
Yeah.
She likes the social life.
I always said to Lane that I would join the Army with him.
Oh, will you? I like that. That's good. That's a good thing. Y'all can do the buddy system, you know what I mean? Going together.
Yeah.
I like it.
Not this past deer season, but the deer season before that. I took Bryson hunting out at the back of my Mima's barn.
Yeah.
I put up a little corn pile under a tree.
Nice.
And I shot a doe with Bryson, and I shot it with my big gun and let Bryson shoot the 22 at it after I had done shot it.
That's awesome, man. That to
Yeah,
me
and I
is
shot
what I love.
one of them, didn't I?
Yeah, you got a deer.
Did I shoot the one that you shot or the other one?
One that I shot.
It don't matter. You still shot one.
Yeah.
So in my eyes, you shot it. I don't know why your brother trying to steal your thunder. You know what I mean? You shot that deer.
Yeah, he always is.
I love it. I love it. So Miss Hope, back to Mr. Bryson over there. He's 11 years old now, and go ahead and tell everybody what he was diagnosed with when you were pregnant.
He was diagnosed with spina bifida when I was pregnant.
Say that one more time.
He was diagnosed with spina bifida.
See, I'm from South Georgia. I can't even pronounce that, but okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was at first. I had never heard of it.
Okay.
So, at 19 weeks old, that's what the doctor had told us. And yep, at 22 weeks, he had his first surgery in utero.
He had his first surgery in utero.
Yes.
So let's back up. So at 19 months, you knew at that point he had spina.
Bifida.
We'll go with spina. He had spina.
He did.
And so what is like the, I guess, what is the diagnosis of that if you got that? Does that mean you're going to be in a wheelchair? Does that mean you're going to have problems with your spine? What does that actually mean to people that don't know? Because I don't know.
Well, when you find out, you really don't know and understand it. It is an opening in the spine, and they had told me that I could do a surgery because as the spine is open, there's fluid that is building up in his brain. So he has hydrocephalus as well. So they go in utero and close his spine, hoping to stop that fluid from growing.
Okay.
Which Bryson did great for the first year. The fluid did not grow, but eventually he did have to have a shunt.
Right. Okay. Okay, so Miss Hope, after you found out at 19 weeks that he had this, you guys still moved forward with pregnancy? You're like,
yeah.
now what did you do? Like, how did you, for, mothers out there in pregnancy right now that found out their kid might have some type of diagnosis of something, what would you recommend to them as far as like, hey, do you keep faith? Do you not? Like, what do you?
Yeah, you have to keep your faith and keep moving forward. Don't stop.
Okay.
Just find out as much as you can about what's happening and know that that child's going to come out perfect no matter how it comes out.
Exactly. I totally agree with that. And so you got this at 19 weeks, and then he had his first surgery?
At 22 weeks.
Good Lord. So he had a surgery, what do you call it, uterosurgery?
Yeah, they took out my uterus. They opened it up, closed his spine, and put him back in. And then he was a preemie, so he came at like 33 weeks.
How big was he at 33 weeks?
3 pounds.
Ooh. So my sister-in-law, or my ex-sister-in-law, her baby was premature, and I remember she was the size of a Coke can.
Yeah.
And to see all those lines going in a kid, it's like, oh my God, like you have no idea what we're thankful for and what I consider blessed.
So true. I was scared to change his diaper because he was just so tiny.
So he was a preemie. So when did you have him actually?
33 weeks I had him.
Okay. I'm trying to do the math. All right.
Yeah. So
I was probably like that small.
Yeah, you were that small.
How big were you? But you're bigger now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're huge now. I like it. That's what I'm talking about.
He's a tough boy.
And that's good. That's good. So after he was born, everything is everything going good? Or are you in the hospital or?
We still have lots of hospital visits, like next week. So it's pretty much weekly. Next Monday and Tuesday we will be at the hospital. He has a CT scan coming up and endocrinology.
Okay.
Because he's hypoglycemic, which means his sugar drops pretty low. And then Tuesday, following Monday, we will have he's got to have a urodynamics.
Okay.
So we will be busy for Monday and Tuesday.
So I got a question. So let's go back to those 33 weeks when you had him.
Mm-hmm.
That day you had him, he's at the hospital and you give birth. Did he come out like, hey, he's good? Or did the doctor say, nope, he definitely has spina
bifida?
So he definitely has spina bifida now. So what was the next step? Like, because that's a big change. Like, did he ever walk at all, or did he? So never walked, huh?
Well, Bryson, he was pretty awesome. He came so far. I'll never forget, my husband wasn't able to be there because it was an emergency surgery they ended up having to do. So I made one of my really good friends, I was like, you know what, you're going to dress down, you're going in with me. So,
Why couldn't Dad go?
well, he was on the way to get our stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And they said, you got to go now. You were coming.
Mm-hmm.
And so they had to cut you out. I had to have a C-section. And so Michelle was in there with us.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bryson actually got a brace for his whole legs and upper body that he can stand up in. And it'll like hold him up, but he has to hold on to something. But if he used it enough, if he has surgery again and recovers from it, then he can like teach his body to help his upper body move the bottom of the brace where he could move.
Well, it's a standard. It's a standard. Stay still. So if he's going to move it, we have to buy wheels, like a wheelchair. So that's how he would move. But it is very good for the bowels and the bladder and everything to be in that upright position.
So on a daily basis, so when you got him home from the hospital, you actually brought him home in a wheelchair, basically? Or, well, he's a baby, so you carried him.
Yeah, he was so tiny. So about 11 months old, we had our first fundraiser because he was doing like the army crawl, you know?
Right.
And so he wanted to move. So there was this little thing, it was called a zip-zack. It was red. It had these wheels, and it was about...
Yeah, actually, I do remember that.
You do remember that?
Kind of.
And it was about this far from the ground. So about 11 months old, you're learning how to walk, and he was learning how to do his wheels, and he was ready to go.
That's awesome. And so fast forward, he's still in a wheelchair, which I'm pretty sure that was a strain on you as a family too, because now you got to set your house up so that it's wheelchair, I guess, efficient. Because when you came up to the studio, I'm like, man, I got to get my house set up for, handicap. So I will put a ramp where people can come in if they're in a wheelchair. So you guys probably had to do all that also, huh?
Yeah, we have a long ways to go with that. We did have somebody that came in and did the bathroom, but it didn't turn out the way we wanted to. It's not handicap accessible.
Okay.
So what he really, the shower's got a lip on it like this, and he's got to have something that he can roll into. So now the first golf tournament we did, which I remember I teared up. His nurse was there, and I remember she was talking about his daily routine, and I was like, "Oh my God, can you share what his daily routine is like?" Yeah. Are you okay for me sharing your daily routine? What we do?
Yeah.
Are you comfortable?
A little bit.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
So we get up and Bryson has got to be cathed every 2 hours.
Okay.
We do his medicines and he eats breakfast, and then we have to, so you and I just go, when you have a neurogenic bowel and bladder, that means it doesn't work. So you're having to work it.
Okay.
So we have to make him go to the bathroom. So that takes about over an hour to do that. And then he's really loving the pool right now. So we have to take breaks and make sure we make it fun.
Gotcha.
So he definitely has a full day of things to do, but we get them done.
Okay.
He's like me. He likes going up there and looking at the lifeguards.
I bet you does.
Yeah, these guys have gotten into the ladies lately.
That's good. They're at that age. That's a good thing. So now he goes to the pool and swim. How is that? Like, does he just get in the pool normally, or?
Well, he could do it. He's got water wings, which I love.
That's just hard.
Do what?
That's a whole lot easier than doing it without him.
Yeah, so when he does it without him, though, he looks like a pretty good swimmer.
Right.
He does the butterfly.
Nice.
So he can do it, but it just takes a lot of energy from him.
Gotcha. Okay, so now with the spina bifida, that's it, right?
Spina bifida?
Yeah, that's it.
You can get it right.
I'll get it right all year. So with the spina bifida, is it ever possible that is there cases where people do recover and they walk?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. So now with that, because I have no idea what it is, I'm gonna research this tonight. Does he have any feeling? Bryson, does he have any feeling from his legs?
No feeling from his waist down.
Okay.
He's going on. I asked my husband, like, I've lost count, but we're at 20. I don't know if we're at 22, 25, or 28 surgery. I'll have to go back on his Facebook and look, but he has a big surgery coming up September the 12th.
It's 22.
So, but I've lost count.
Hey, September 12th, guys, if you can put that on your phone, just send a prayer out to the family. Send a prayer out to my boy Bryson on there. Let him know you're in his prayers. Even though you can't reach out to him, just say a prayer for him. He's a young guy. I think that's probably the toughest young man in the world. That
Well, my mama's on Facebook, so you'll probably get it.
I love it. And so the surgery on the 12th of September, what does that surgery entail?
He has got, most people have heard of scoliosis.
Yep.
He's got lordosis. It's the opposite. So his spine does like a backwards C. And so they're going to have to go in there and they're going to be trying to straighten.
Okay.
Because with it curved, it affects things,
Right.
So we want to make sure that he can be the best that he can be and
God,
most
that's awesome.
independent that he can be. Because he's getting older and he's loving the ladies and camp and all that good stuff.
That's
He
good.
went to camp this year.
Oh my God, Bryson, how was camp?
Good.
Who's the prettiest girl at camp?
Why y'all doing this to me already?
I'm just curious, man. I figured you know. I know you know. Who's the prettiest girl at camp? Say it, Lane. Lane, I know he told you. Who's the prettiest girl at camp?
Was it one of your roommates or?
Did you run with a girl?
No.
Or
I was going to say, somebody didn't tell me something.
Mama, you just better calm
was
down.
it? Was it the girl that was like the head of your cabin? Was she hot?
Y'all just,
I was just asking. Hey,
y'all
Bryson,
stop this right now.
Bryson, you got to tell me. I was just curious. You know what I mean? Because usually at camp, there's always a pretty girl at camp. So I was just curious.
Oh, he sang too.
Oh, I like it.
Well, I ain't gonna say cause Mama already sent me a letter with about it.
Oh, I did. We could email him daily, and I told him he better not come home with a girlfriend.
That's good. That's good.
Well, I get it from Lane, so I don't care.
So, Bryson, I got a question for you. If you could change one thing, if you could be the man for one day to change anything, what would you change? Or what would you do? Like, what would you wish for if you could change one day?
A whole lot of stuff.
No, just one. You got one thing. You can change one thing. You could do. You had the power to do one thing. What would you do?
Walking.
You would walk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll ask you that, man, because you're a young man that's been in a wheelchair your whole life, right?
Uh-huh.
And you got a big brother here that looks out for you. Your mom take care of you. Your dad take care of you.
Uh-huh.
At the end of the day, there's so many kids out there with that, I'm going to call it a privilege now. That is a privilege that they can get out of bed and they can walk.
Yeah.
That's a privilege that they can go to the bathroom. But every time I see you, you're always in good spirits. You're
Mhm.
always happy. You're always talking trash, and I like that.
Yeah.
And what I want to say
I get
about
that
it-
from my middle brother and my dad.
That's good, man. But you know what, though? In my eyes, I feel like, helping through sharing your stories and just having that life that you have and being, happy with that because you know your norm. That is your norm. Other kids know their norms. They don't know what it's like not to be normal. You mean, or not that you're not normal, but I'm saying they don't know what it's like to be in a wheelchair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, you're motivating for me every time I see you and every time I talk to you, just because you're never down, you're never negative, you're always happy, man. And I just want to thank you for always being like that. Don't lose that because that's you.
All
You
right.
continue to talk trash to this guy. And,
Yes, yes.
Oh yeah. And we're going to continue, I'm going to continue praying for you. I'm going to continue sending prayers to you. I'm going to continue sending your mom messages. I'm going to continue sending your brother messages. I check on you all the time and you don't even know it. Just like the Brotherhood of Warriors, when is this next golf tournament?
October the 7th.
Okay, I know we got an event. I don't know if it's October 7th. If it is, we'll figure it out how to make it work. But the Brotherhood of Warriors, we always try to show up to his event and then anything he's got going on. Actually, September 12th, I'm pretty sure Brad and the boys will be at the hospital. And You're already smiling. You can talk about that if you want.
They're amazing. They have been a huge support. Bryson, you remember when you were in the hospital when Brad shows up with the guys on his horse?
On the horse.
Yeah.
At the hospital.
Yeah.
We're looking out the window and there's a horse and all these guys, and I'm going, oh my gosh, I mean, tears are rolling down my face. Because it's amazing. I mean, the love and support means so much and I want to get it out there because there's so many families out there that need the love and the support. Because at first I didn't want it.
Right.
I did not want it because I was scared. And now that I have it, it's like I want to give. I want to give and give. So it teaches us a lot. Now Bryson is surfing. He's
That is
skiing.
so awesome. God, that
He
is awesome.
is tubing. I mean, the sky's the limit, and that's what these moms need to remember. The sky's the limit. Just keep going. Don't let it bring you down.
I like it. So Bryson, I will say this, man. That day we came up there, it was raining and it was cold. And Lauren and Sarah, my daughters, they hadn't even met you. But once you become a part of our family, well, it's military, the brotherhood, your family. And I remember I had them making your sign that night. Get well, Bryson, and they had no clue what they were doing it for. They didn't even know you. So luckily, he got to meet my daughters, or he got to meet one of my daughters at the studio today. But they actually made the signs we were holding up that said, "Get well, Bryson. We love you, Bryson. You're strong. You can pull through this." But those are the things and those are the times that I feel like, I know you said you don't want it, Miss Hope, but at the end of the day, we all need help from someone. And my parents and my aunt and everybody used to always say, it takes a village. Yes. At the end of the day, it takes a village. And so just listen at your day and what your day is like. What I like to do here on the JMFG podcast, I called around to some of the spa places up near Kerr Lake. I didn't make an appointment for you because I didn't know what your schedule was, but I want you to go call which one you want to go to, make you a day at the spa. And we at JMFG podcast, we're going to donate that day to you just to give you time just to rest and kind of just enjoy yourself. And that's going to be your day to take care of him. I like it.
That's
Planning around hunting season during the rut, and then you'll be all
and
happy about
then
it.
probably me and him would probably be at the pool too.
There you go. So that'd be perfect. So you just go to whichever one. I saw like 4 or 5 that's close to you guys. You just send me the name and I'll call them and we'll make sure we get that done for you.
Well, thank you so much. That's so awesome.
Too easy.
And
then, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you say that it takes a village, and
Yep.
it really has took a village, but we're so blessed with the village that we have. Is it hard to have a fundraiser every year?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. It's probably one of the hardest things that you will ever do. But this kid right now is like, when are we going to have my party? Because there's no therapies, there's no shots that day, there's no doctors.
Right.
It's all about getting out there, having fun,
Right.
letting loose. So
And being a kid.
and being a kid.
Just being a kid.
Exactly.
Now I got one more question for you, Hope, and then I'm going to say a couple more things. But during this whole process, 11 weeks when you find out, and then
19
weeks, I'm sorry, Johnny Glenn. So at that time when you find out, and I know I asked Louise this on our last podcast, were there at any time, and this is more for our listeners and our viewers or whatever, followers, did you ever lose faith? Like, did you ever, because I know when I lost my parents, I'm going to say I lost faith, but you get so angry. Did you ever get to that point, why me, God? He's just a child. Why him?
Honestly, it's so, I never did. I never questioned it because I knew whatever it was, we were going to handle it.
That's awesome.
And I like to be positive because, I don't know, the negative can bring you down so bad.
Oh, yeah.
So if you don't stay positive, I could lay in the bed if I wanted to every day. But I get up every day and we're going to face one day at a time, every day. We're just going to keep going and keep rocking it. And
That's good.
My kids are great, so.
That's all, and they're phenomenal kids, So for you, Bryson, I got to keep my eyes on you down there. I don't know about Lane right here. What do you think about Lane?
You're gonna have to definitely keep eyes on him too.
So I got to keep one eye on you and one eye on him, so I got to watch both of y'all, huh?
Yeah.
That's good, though. But I'm glad to see it because I remember when I first met Bryson, he wasn't where he is now, and I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
To watch a young man, he's growing up. He's in school, he's going to camps, he's skiing, he's surfing, and then Brian Lowen, that's in the Brotherhood. I don't know if you remember Big Brian with the one leg. He's actually moved to Colorado now.
Oh,
So I'm
awesome.
going to reach out to him because he's doing adaptive sports for kids, and I think it might be for kids in wheelchairs. I could be wrong.
Right.
But if it is, then we'll figure out a way to
Skiing?
to get him out there.
Let's
you know what I mean?
do it.
We'll figure it out. You know, I got some buddies. We'll reach out. We'll do what we got to do to get him out there.
There is, I think it's called Ocean Care.
Okay.
They have an event next weekend actually. It's called Life Rolls On. It's at Carolina Beach. So they're taking all these kids adaptive surfing
That
next
is so cool.
weekend. So
God, that is cool.
we're looking forward to it. We're all going.
Yeah, you have to send me some pictures, big guy, and let me know how that goes. Make sure you get some pictures. Don't be out there on the beach trying to look for girls now. Take time to go in some pictures, all right? Good Lord. And then last thing I want to say before we wrap this up is I spoke to Hope briefly. You said you would like to do some type of nonprofit.
Yeah.
And you said you didn't know. I know there's some stuff on the internet, and I know I'll reach out to Brad and a couple other people. But hey, get in touch with me on the JMFG podcast. For people out there that run nonprofits, like Louise, I know you run one. I would love to put you in touch with Louise, so I'll definitely get you guys in touch. Because I know it's hard work, but the benefit or the gains that you make seeing people, I think that's where you make the money at. And I know Louise has a great foundation. Maggie Dustin, she's on the show. She's got a nonprofit with Dustin Stevens Foundation. So I know a few people already that are running these foundations. I'll definitely get you in touch with them, get something set up where we can start helping families. And
I would so love that.
yeah, too easy. We'll do that. And that's what we're trying to do.
I mean, there's so many families out there that could benefit from just going to the beach.
Yeah, exactly.
Or, just, I mean, a
And-
spa day.
yeah.
These parents go through so much.
Oh, yeah. And how many families out there right now, let's be honest, out there right now, that have kids that have special needs or, have conditions where it limits them on the things that normal kids can do. Well, you know what? If most parents, they carry that weight on their shoulder and they don't want to ask for help. Well, you know what? If there's programs out there, like you said, I didn't want that help, but now I get it. It helps.
Yeah.
And every little bit helps. So for families out there, if you got a story you want to share, they literally came on my show because this guy sent me a text that read, I wish you could read that thing. You got your phone? I want you to read it. So while he's digging it out, he literally sent me a text and said he wanted to come on the show. And that's how he got on the show. So hey, our email is jmfgpodcast@gmail.com. So you can send us an email if you got a story. Come share that story because you never know who's going to benefit from it. And I honestly think that when people are sharing their stories, it's fulfillment. You get a little, I feel good to know that you're still driving on and your sons are still, he's taking care of his little brother and he's taking him hunting and fishing and he's having the time of his life. He's surfing, he's skiing. And it shows that life doesn't stop just because something bad happens or, it changes. You turn that bad into a good.
Absolutely.
And all stories aren't good. So I don't want people to think here on the JMFG podcast that everything is great because everything isn't great.
No.
I got guests that come on that they still call me and talk to me and tell me about the ups and downs and how hard day-to-day life is. But that's life, so.
That's so true.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not perfect, don't get me wrong. And we have ups and downs, and we've had a lot of ups and downs. But, you just have to keep putting one foot in front of the other and keep going.
And Matt, I'm sending a shot to you. Don't think I forgot anything about you because Hope's here. Matt is Hope's husband. I'm going to get you some 40 cal ammo. 40 cal, right? That's what he wants. He shoots 40 cal, right? Or was it 9 mil?
40.
I'm going to get you some 40 cal ammo, man. So I haven't forgot about you, brother. I know you thought I did, but I had to send a shout out to Matt. But anyway, you got that pulled up? Read that.
Yeah. I said, hey man, I enjoyed the last podcast. I ain't got no good stories, but one day I'd like to be on the podcast. He said, heck yeah, we all got good stories. Taking care of and being there for your brother is an amazing story. I said, yeah, let me know when I can come on there. And then I said, when are you going to make another one? Let me know when I can come on. He said, will do. And then he texted me, Lane, I would love to have you and Bryson and share y'all's stories. If your mom and dad don't mind, have your mom give me a call.
And that's it. So that's how this gentleman got on the show, you know what I mean? So now for all the girls out there, Lane, we ought to make you famous, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you go to JLJ.
Yeah.
I almost say JMFG. Go to JLJ, guys. For all my followers out there that were in group with me, I know you guys love to fish. I know you guys love to hunt. Go follow the young man's show. And one thing I recommend, send some tips. You send them some tips. and let's figure out how to be better fishers, how to be better hunters, how to be better people. Bryson, Hope, Lane, I want to thank you guys for coming on the show. For all the viewers, all the followers, thank you guys for all the love that you're showing and support. Continue to support. If you guys got anything you want to add about starting a fundraiser, about the spina bifida. What is it?
You're gonna get it right. Bifida.
About the spina bifida. If you guys got, or if anybody has a kid with it, you know, like, hey, how have you adjusted? Send an email to me. I'll make sure it gets to Hope, get you guys in contact. Maybe you can talk, get a group going or whatever, and then, you know, reach out to me. And again, I just want to thank you guys for all the support and love we get here on the JMFG show. Go support my guy on JLG Outdoors. JLJ Outdoors. My bad, I'm throwing that G in there. So JLJ Outdoors. Other than that, thank you guys, and stay tuned to the next one. We're out. That was awesome, guys. Thank you guys for coming, man.
Yeah.
Gosh, stand up, man. Let me shout to all you guys. Oh, Lord have mercy. That boy got tall as I am. Looking good. Bryson, give me a hug, little guy. Give me a hug in here, Hope. I appreciate you guys coming.